Topic 4, Lesson 8, Scales of Production. Just to get you started, it depends on, are you making a whole bunch of these, whatever your product is, or are you making just a few of them, or are you making something in between? So we'll talk about the different times you do each. The scale of production depends on the number of products required. Typically, you're going to start with research and development. Your researchers are going to figure out what people might want, and they're going to try to make it. Once they have something, they're going to do what's called a pilot scale, where they're going to make enough of it to have some people sample it and give them feedback. When they start to feel good about that, they're going to scale it up a little bit to what might be called the demo phase. And you're going to get that product out there and let a lot of people try it. And then when you're feeling really good that it's going to be successful, you go large scale production. Scale productions are influenced by the volume or quantities required, the materials being used, the staffing resources, and the finance. Basically, the amount of money you have access to. Here are a bunch of really big companies you may be familiar with. You may recognize some of those logos. And manufacturing plants are going to look something like this. We're going to talk about scales in more detail. One-off production, the manufacture of a single product or item. Large-scale projects like bridges, ships, and stadiums are examples of one-off. Multi-story buildings and towers. Also, specialty jewelry, made-to-measure clothing, and bespoke furniture, which if you're anything like me, you were like, what the heck is bespoke furniture? Well, here's an image that shows what bespoke chair might look like. Now, I do want to read this thing at the bottom because it shows you the production of a one-off guitar. The client describes the guitar that he or she wants. The materials are cut to the size and the basic shape by hand, machining of some of the parts, more skilled craft work, brass and other expensive metals are skillfully machined, further precision engineering, quality hand finish applied for all the parts, and the product is assembled and tested and passed back to the client. Batch production is the next level up. A technique used in manufacturing in which the product is created stage by stage over a series of workstations and different batches of products are made. So Boeing, when they're producing jets, probably does it in batches. They probably have a set number that they start with and they work through until those are done, and then they start the next batch. You can also think of a bakery, or maybe this is Subway or something right here, and when they cook a batch of bread. Continuous flow. A flow production method used to manufacture, produce, or process material without interruption. So if you're producing enough product, there's enough of a demand, then you move beyond batch production into continuous flow. So obviously Coca-Cola, they're going to sell their products, and they sell a lot of them. So their facilities are probably running 24 hours a day producing Coca-Cola. Maybe Krispy Kreme does the same, although I would wonder if Krispy Kreme might be more of a batch production. But let's just say that we all love Krispy Kreme so much that it's continuous flow. And don't you wonder about that one donut that didn't flip right there? Mass customization combines the flexibility with personalization. Custom made with the low unit cost associated with mass production. So obviously, the more you are doing mass production, the cheaper the unit cost is per item. If you're doing a one-off, it's very expensive to do a single product. So there are benefits to mass production. The problem with mass production is that everything has to be very generic. It's built for the average person, the average user. So mass customization is, now that we've got the internet, and you can see what they've got going over here, www. And it's showing right in here that as the internet got better and better, web services began. And what you could do, instead of just getting the generic mass produce item, you can now still mass produce, but you can order it online and customize it so it didn't take the company any additional time because everything was computer run. You ordered it online, your product got mass produced, but it was mass customized just the way you want it, and it's still affordable. Mass customization enables global products to become individual items. Put this picture on here. It's got different images from around the world that maybe are relevant to the area, like gold in parts of Africa certainly is. The growing phenomenon of mass customization brings consumers into the design process because they now get to customize their design. Companies have developed design stations in their retail stores. Consumers can create virtual 3D models, try them out using digital technology, then place their order. An example here would be this ring. So a jewelry store has software, CAD software, that allows you to choose your style of ring. It allows you to mount the gems that you want on there, and you get to see exactly what your ring would look like before it's ever actually produced.